If I were going into an emerging company, into a startup company, I would go into the meeting on Monday morning that I would have with my people with not only a number of tools to analyze what's currently going on, but also an idea, a very clear idea of where to start, where the friction might occur at this point in time. Some of the program content is about looking at research and looking at friction points. And in an emerging company, there's clearly some friction points. In many cases, the products are what we say unfinished. So coming back into my company, I would be able to look exactly at the points where I think there's friction. I'd be able to enumerate where things are unfinished, and I would have an extremely clear idea as to what resources I needed next. So at this point as an emerging company, I have one or two people doing everything. But as the company scales up, I need to specialize, and I need to get people focused. So coming out of this program, I would know exactly where I need to go next. If we take the other extreme, if I were, let's say, a channel marketer for a major organization, as a channel marketer, I'm putting together very specific programs for my channel partners. But in order to put very specific programs together for this audience, I need to understand how other parts of the route to market ecosystem within my company are going to affect what I do. So probably for the first time, I would actually have an integrated understanding of how all this system that I'm part of works, how I can affect the system, and where the problems are likely to be. And I will have not only the introductory tools that I started off with, but I'll have a copy of some of the reference materials, so I too can actually become a teacher of route to market thinking and route to market strategy within my own organization. Now there's a third group that if I were, for instance, an advisor or a board member to, let's say, a startup or an emerging company, part of my job as a board member is to make sure that the company that I'm a board member of is in fact complete. That all the things that need to be in place to get this company from point A to point B and get our money out of it have actually been sorted out. What I will come out of this particular program with is a very clear map, a very clear blueprint of what has to be in place in these companies in order for them to be successful and in order for them to go to that next step. So depending on who I am, I will be able to do different things on Monday morning as a result of attending the Tech Routes to Market program. The Tech Routes to Market program was actually designed for 3 buckets of people. And the first bucket, once we decided to refocus on the British Columbia tech sector, it became very clear in terms of the conversations and the research that we did that there still is a major problem in the BC tech sector connecting high-performance, world-scale services and products with their marketplaces. And what we did over a period of several months is talk to the venture capitalists, talk to the people running the corporations, even talk to the headhunters to find out whether or not what we believed to be a problem, what our analysis showed us was a problem, was in fact a problem, and it was confirmed. So I think our one primary audience is clearly the companies that are based in British Columbia, tech companies based in British Columbia, or even based in Canada, that in order to grow and thrive and increase in value, need to get out of the BC or the Canadian marketplace. And there is no evidence, there are no examples anywhere in the world of a tech company generating high-performance results without a very well thought out and consistent route to market strategy. So that would be the first target. The second target is made up of people that are currently working in what I'd call mature tech organizations. These are organizations that are 500 million, 1 billion, 10 billion, 17 billion. These are very, very big organizations. And they actually have a different route to market problem than an emerging organization. When you're a route to market professional in a major tech organization, large scale tech organization, you don't actually know you're a route to market executive. You are a product manager or a channel marketer or an alliance manager. You are called something else, but you're part of this ecosystem. You're part of a system. Things that you do have an impact on others. Things that others do to you have an impact on you. So After 30 years of working with these organizations, it occurred to Margaret and I that it was really time to help people understand the system that they were working in, because we were seeing huge amounts of sub-optimization. We were seeing products being launched that were totally incomplete. For example, a product goes into a Spanish language marketplace and there is no Spanish language documentation available. A product that's launched on a worldwide product launched, and yet servicing of the product is only available in 10 countries. So those are the types of things that we saw that caused us to really focus on the mature companies, to help people really understand how to work in the systems that they were in. And then there was a group of individuals in and around this. So there are a huge group of service providers. They could be members of board of directors, they could be advisors, they could be members of ad agencies. All of these people have an impact on route to market investments, and yet none of them really had a clear understanding of the nature of the route to market investments, the scale or scope of the route to market investments, or how they could impact them. So those three areas, there's clearly a cluster within emerging and startup organizations in the Canadian marketplace. There's another marketplace within the mature tech companies on a worldwide basis, and we fully expect people to come from around the world to Vancouver to this program. And then there's a group of people that are providing ancillary services in support of those two primary clusters. So that's who this particular program was designed for.